Safety Toolbox Talk Number 307. SOP for the proper use and maintenance of material safety data sheets. 1. Purpose. The purpose of this standard operating procedure, SOP, is to ensure the proper use, access, and maintenance of material safety data sheets, MSDS, for all hazardous materials and chemicals used or stored within organization name. 2. Scope. This SOP applies to all employees, contractors, and third-party vendors who handle or come into contact with hazardous materials or chemicals. 3. Responsibilities. Safety Manager oversees the implementation and compliance of this SOP, ensures MSDS are up to date, and ensures that all employees are trained in the proper use and interpretation of MSDS. Supervisors ensure that MSDS are available for all chemicals in their areas of responsibility and that employees have the necessary training to access and understand them. Employees are responsible for reading and following the safety instructions and procedures in the MSDS for chemicals and materials they work with, reporting missing or outdated MSDS, and ensuring proper use of PPE. Procurement/inventory management ensures that MSDS are obtained and properly stored for all chemicals purchased by the organization. 4. MSDS accessibility. Electronic MSDS database. MSDS for all hazardous materials should be stored in a centralized electronic database that is easily accessible to all employees. This database must be searchable by chemical name, product type, or identification number, and should be available 24/7. Including during off-hours and emergency situations. Physical MSDS files. A physical copy of the MSDS should be stored in a designated binder in each area where hazardous materials are used or stored. It must be located in a place that is easily accessible to employees in case of an emergency or for routine reference. 5. Acquisition of MSDS. New chemicals. When new hazardous chemicals or materials are received, the procurement or inventory team must obtain the MSDS from the supplier or manufacturer. The MSDS must be reviewed for completeness and accuracy before being entered into the MSDS database and stored in physical files. Supplier obligations. Suppliers and manufacturers are legally required to provide an MSDS with the initial shipment of chemicals or materials. If not provided, the purchaser must request the MSDS before accepting the material. MSDS review. The safety manager is responsible for reviewing MSDS for completeness, accuracy, and compliance with relevant regulations, ensuring that they contain the necessary hazard information, handling precautions, and emergency procedures. 6. MSDS review and understanding. Initial review. All new employees must be trained on how to access and interpret MSDS as part of their orientation. Employees must review the MSDS for any chemicals they will be working with, particularly the sections on hazard identification, first aid measures, and personal protective equipment, PPE, requirements. Periodic review. Employees should periodically review the MSDS for materials they work with to stay up to date on any new hazard information or safety measures. This can be incorporated into annual safety training. Key sections of MSDS to focus on. Section 1. Identification of the substance/mixture and supplier details. Section 2. Hazard identification, including health hazards, environmental impact, etc. Section 3. Composition/information on ingredients. Section 4. First aid measures. Section 5. Firefighting measures. Section 6. Accidental release measures, spills and leaks. Section 7. Handling and storage procedures. Section 8. Exposure controls/personal protection. Section 9. Physical and chemical properties. Seven. Employee training. Induction training. All employees who handle or may be exposed to hazardous chemicals must receive training on how to access, interpret, and use MSDS effectively. The training should cover understanding key sections of MSDS, how to obtain MSDS from both electronic and physical sources, recognizing and mitigating risks associated with the chemicals they handle. Emergency response training. Employees must be trained to use the MSDS during emergency situations such as chemical spills, fire incidents, or exposure to harmful substances. This includes understanding the correct first aid procedures and appropriate actions to take during a spill. Eight. MSDS maintenance and updates. Regular audits. The safety manager is responsible for conducting regular audits, at least annually, to ensure that all MSDS are current, accessible, and stored correctly, both electronically and in physical form. Updating MSDS. Whenever a supplier provides an updated MSDS or when new information becomes available, e.g. hazard classification, health effects, the safety manager must ensure that the updated MSDS is distributed, filed, and electronically stored. Any outdated MSDS should be removed from the system and clearly marked as obsolete. Retention of MSDS. MSDS for chemicals that are no longer in use should be retained for at least 5 years following the last use, in accordance with regulatory guidelines. Nine. Corrective actions for missing/outdated MSDS. If an MSDS is found to be missing or outdated, the following steps should be taken. The safety manager must immediately request a current MSDS from the supplier or manufacturer. The responsible department or individual must investigate the cause of the missing or outdated MSDS and take corrective action. Documentation of the issue and corrective actions should be maintained. 10. Emergency use of MSDS. Emergency access. In case of an emergency, such as a chemical spill, fire, or employee exposure, the MSDS should be easily accessible to emergency responders. Chemical spills/exposure. In the event of a spill, exposure, or accident, the employee should immediately refer to the MSDS for emergency procedures, including first aid measures, and report the incident to the appropriate safety personnel. (11) Record keeping. MSDS documentation. The safety manager must maintain a record of all MSDS, including dates of updates and revisions. These records must be organized and easily retrievable for audits and regulatory compliance purposes. Training records. Records of MSDS training, including attendance, course content, and employee participation, should be kept for at least 3 years. Audit logs. Regular audits of the MSDS system, both electronic and physical, should be documented, including any discrepancies and corrective actions. Compliance with regulations. This SOP is designed to ensure compliance with Occupational Safety and Health Administration (OSHA) Hazard Communication Standard 29 CFR 1910.1200. Globally Harmonized System (GHS) of classification and labeling of chemicals. Local, state, and federal regulations regarding hazardous chemicals and material safety. 13. References. OSHA 29 CFR 1910.1200, Hazard Communication Standard. Globally Harmonized System, GHS, of classification and labeling of chemicals. Organization name, Chemical Safety Manual. Supplier/manufacturer, MSDS Guidelines. Thank you.